to spending quality time with your girl, Eposi Ziton. Today, I'm going to be talking about a topic that is very sensitive, and that's because we're talking about in-laws. In-laws is a very sensitive topic because everybody in the world does have some kind of an in-law. So when you talk about topics like this, everybody has their opinion, everybody has their experience, but I'm never shy to talk about topics that are very controversial. So today, let's talk about in-laws. Well, in-laws, when you get married, you get into a family, and like they always say, when two people come together and get married, first of all, marriage is a holy institution, and the two have become one. So people have to respect, admire, and adore married couples. Because I always say that marriage is work. Marriage is like you're getting into an institution. It's like everyday struggles. There's always issues every day. For those who say that, oh, marriage is a bed of roses, I tell you what, I've been married for quite a while. Marriage is work in progress. It's a daily work in progress. It's never easy. Despite the fact that people don't come to you and say, this is what I'm going through in my marriage, it doesn't mean that it's easy. And even the couples that you guys admire and adore out there, they do have their challenges. They just work together as a team to suppress and work on those challenges. So people should not sit on the sidelines and just admire a couple and look for ways to destroy that couple and look for ways to condemn that couple or just look for ways to bring problem in their home. Instead, as a community, we need to support, guide, and assist those who are in marriages in any way that we can, because one, they're going to set an exemplary picture for those who are coming behind them, and also it's going to help their union to be admired and to be very successful. So that's why I have an issue when I always talk about in-laws, because especially when it comes to sister-in-laws and mother-in-laws, you are expecting that because they are females too, they're going to be wonderful to their daughter-in-law or to the woman who has married their family member. But instead, the women are always the issue. And when we talk about in-laws, I'm not exempting the in-laws on the side of the man who has married into a family. They also have in-law issues. It's not common because a lot of families love their daughters to get married. So it's not very common for the man to face issues. And men have a way that they handle stuff. Men don't talk a lot. So they observe and they figure a way to maneuver or go around it in a way that there are no problems. And I always realize that with men, the jealousy is not that strong because a lot of the jealousy when it comes to in-laws is material. It is material. And these are topics that are very huge. I've talked about mother-in-law before. Today, I'm not going to talk about in-laws in general because these are topics that you can go on and on and on, and you're never going to come to an end. And there are topics that are very debatable because I always say that with human nature, no two situations are the same. People are different. I, for an example, I've had a wonderful, wonderful experience when it comes to my sister-in-law, my sister-in-laws, and my mother-in-law. But it doesn't mean that I've not had in-law issues. Oh yeah, I have had in-law issues. But I've handled it the way I know how and the best way I can. So I can say that if there's an in-law out there that has an issue with me, I do not have an issue with any in-law. I think I'm in a good place with my in-laws. But when it comes to sister-in-laws, I'm going to cough a little bit because they are an issue. Sister-in-laws are one of those that they think that their brother is a God's gift to nature. It don't matter who that brother is. Everybody loves their family members. And everybody thinks that their family members are special. So most times when a woman marries a man, of course you love that man. Of course there are special things in that man that made you make that decision to marry him. But it doesn't mean that these people don't have their flaws. It doesn't mean that you're not working hard to make sure that this relationship works. It doesn't mean that you're not going through challenges with that man. So for in-laws to be an additional issue, I have a problem with that. And today I want to stand here to beg on sister-in-laws because I have a brother too. And that's something I'm working on to make sure that my brother's wife enjoys her marriage. To make sure that if she doesn't cross me wrong, I don't have to make her a problem. And even if she does cross me wrong, I need to figure a way where we can dialogue and come to some kind of understanding and respect each other. We don't have to be friends. We don't have to love each other, but we need to like and respect each other. That's all I'm asking for you to respect me and just give me my way. But today, like I say, we live in a world where people are very greedy, people are very selfish, and people always want to act like what they have is better than everybody else's. So sister-in-laws have been an issue in most marriages. And a lot of them think that the woman that is married to their family member is lazy. And even if they are hardworking, there's always this narrative, oh, you're eating my brother's money. Why do you think it's not your brother who is eating the lady's money? Because even for cases where the woman is a stay-home mom, do you know the amount of sacrifices that this woman makes in order for that home to function properly? From managing the finances so they can have a meal and make sure that they have a little bit to save and make sure that their money goes a long way. I know women who go to the market and have to look at stuff and try by all means to make sure that what they are selecting, the price is right. They compare prices. They don't just go in and just pick anything and put in a basket because they're struggling to make ends meet. So today I stand here. I'm going to have more segments on sister-in-laws though. I just don't like to make my segments very long. So today I stand here as a woman to urge other women to respect each other and pray and support each other. And know that a marriage is an institution that involves a lot of sacrifices. And it's not a bed of roses. Actually, it's a bed of roses and thorns. Because what people endure in their marriages, you cannot even believe it. But a good woman will go through all those challenges and don't say nothing on the outside. So people sit and assume that they're having a wonderful marriage. Marriage is a challenge. It's an institution. It's a job. It's not easy. So all married women or married men need is people to be there to recognize that it's a work in progress and give them the support that they probably need in order to make this successful. Because I always say that when you don't like a child, when you don't like a mom, you don't like the child. So for an in-law to think that you can give bad grapes to your brother's wife and still act like you like the child that came forth of that relationship, I'm going to say that you're getting your facts twisted. If you want to admire your niece or nephew to the point where you feel like they are your own, then you have to look for a place in your heart to like their mom. Or vice versa. If you want to like your niece and your nephew, you have to look for a place in your heart to like your brother-in-law. Because I always say that marriage is a challenge and we have to realize that love is a very funny thing. People love in places that you wouldn't even imagine. So if somebody has chosen somebody that's the person that they've decided to love, all we have to do as family members is to respect them, love them, and give them a helping hand when they need it. Because I always say that karma, you never know. So if you give bad grapes to your brother's wife, or if you give bad grapes to your brother's your sister's husband, it can come back. It can come back. I do know we have horrible husbands out there, don't get me wrong, and horrible sister-in-laws. That's why I said it's not a topic we're going to handle it just one time. We're going to revisit the topic. But for right now, I'm emphasizing on those that are doing their best. They're putting their best face forward to be good wives or good husbands. And instead, the in-laws want to make it hard for them. Those are the people I'm focusing on today. But I'm going to have a segment that I'm going to talk about horrible brother-in-laws and horrible sister-in-laws. Well, I always say it's nice spending quality time with you all, and bye for now.